Hey everyone, it's Angelica here. Welcome to the live How to Stay Self-Disciplined, how to create more discipline, how to become that person who you feel that you are disciplined towards, your actions and your practices daily and the things that you're doing to achieve your goals. I hear so many people telling me, look, how do you stay so determined to practice everything that you do each day? How do you stay disciplined? How do you stay so committed to your goals? And I would say this is probably like 99% of the people struggle with that, right? Like, people tell me all the time, but, I know what I need to do, but I'm just not doing it. I just want to eat better. I want to exercise more. I want to go to bed earlier. I want to focus on my business goals. I want to create more wealth. I want to get more clients. I want to focus on my business. I want to get myself out there. And there is all this like noise around the world, our social media, our phones pinging, notifications, watch these, watch that, YouTube, whatever, you want to say and you want to call it TV. And most people are getting pulled by all of those things and not focusing on what they want to focus on. And what happens is they become frustrated and they are left with the sense that they are really not doing what they're supposed to do. They are not achieving what they want to achieve. And it all comes down to, very simply, if I was more disciplined, I would be able to create a better body, have more physical energy. I would be able to achieve my goals in business. I would be able to feel more fulfilled. I would be able to find more peace, to feel more balance, to feel less stress. So it all really comes down to the discipline of our actions each day, right? And I think that, when it comes to, yesterday I did a little poll in the group and people talked about focus. When it comes to discipline, I struggle with focus, which is precisely what, I'm talking about here, right? Like, how can I focus on the activities that I need to focus on so I can start moving the needles, especially as an entrepreneur. If you have your own business, you don't have like a 9 to 5 that you can turn up. And sometimes, you can turn up in a hangover, you can turn up tired and you just pretend that you're working and really, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, it's not the end of the world. There is a massive difference when you're working, for yourself, that, you need to turn up like at 100% all in each day if you want to start moving the needle. And if you're saying to yourself like, oh yeah, but not everybody does that. Well, people that are successful, they are doing that because that's what requires for you to be successful. I have always been the kind of person that have given my best, to my corporate world when I was in corporate, like in my corporate job. And I would always strive to work hard and to do my best each day. But there is a massive difference between turning up to work for somebody else and turning up to work for you. Like, massive, massive difference. You need to be self-motivated. You need to be disciplined. You need to be determined. You need to be on the ball, because there is nobody telling you, hey, have you done this? Hey, have you done that? Hey, are you going to be working hard today? Hey, you're meeting your goals. And when it comes down to focus, it's not about, I'm just going to write a list. And most people start writing lists, and there's like endless lists of things that, I need to post more. I need to go on YouTube. I need to go on Instagram. I need to write more posts. I need to write more emails. I need to, I need to go on TikTok. I need to have a podcast. I need to, the list is like endless. And just by looking at it, physically and mentally, what happens is our body and minds, they check out. Because there is so much on that list that you feel so overwhelmed that then your body and your mind just goes like, I'm just going to eat like a cake. I'm just going to go for a coffee with a friend. I'm just going to do the washing. I'm just going to watch scroll a little bit on Facebook. I'm just going to go on YouTube. And before you know, the time has passed and you haven't accomplished anything. But if you go back a little, you realize that you overwhelmed yourself with an endless list of activities that, one, are too many and too hard to focus on, because there is millions of things that you're expecting yourself to do. And because you overwhelmed yourself, you're now in a position where you haven't accomplished anything. And I want to, go back a little bit on my story where, at the beginning, I did a lot of that, in my entrepreneurship life, maybe I can fit in some, washing in the middle of the day, or maybe I can, do some, house stuff, or maybe I can just do this thing for myself, like during the day, I want to, join a singing club. I just want to go and do, a massage, or I want to, like all of these little things. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't join a singing club or joining or treat yourself with a massage. But what I'm saying is, if you don't start treating your working hours as an entrepreneur as a non-negotiable, as a must, there will always going to be the pull for you to be going here, there, and everywhere, and for you not to focus on what you need to focus on. That's one thing. Two, having a long list that overwhelms you, it's not the answer. You probably have done that, so stop doing that, because that's just not going to work. What that does is leave you with a feeling of, I'm not good enough, because I've tried doing 20 things and I've only been able to do 3, and now I'm left feeling I'm not good enough. So I have been there and I have done that. And when I realized and I observed this cycle of pushing myself so much each day, that and being left with the feeling that I wasn't doing enough, and feeling I could have done this today, I could have done that, or I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that. So what that gave me, it was a mental exhaustion, an emotion drainage, because I was left feeling, regardless of what I did, I was still feeling I hadn't accomplished enough. I think finding a balance is key when it comes to asking yourself, what are the activities I'm going to be doing today for whatever hours you have to work, right? Like I have a solid block of working hours, which is from 9 to 3 when my kids are at school. I don't get distracted doing housework or washing or going my singing lessons or anything like that. I know though those hours are non-negotiable when I'm working. And I need to focus, and I focus on probably on about 3 activities a day. I'm not saying that the 3 activities takes me like 1 minute to do, but I'm just saying I don't focus on 20 million things to do, because it's not possible, right? And besides, it's important for you to, have this balance of, I don't just go from 0 to 100 each day and push myself to the ground each day, because what happens is you're going to go like this for a couple of days, and then on the 3rd day, you're going to crash. Or you might go for the whole week, and the next week you'll crash. Again, I have done that, and I crashed big time when I had stage 3 bowel cancer. And I needed to find a balance. What it is, a balance that I put my all in at work, but I still have energy to spend with my family, and I still have energy to do the things that I want to do. Which is like reading at the end of the day, But it's what it is to find you need to find this balance, and you stop expecting yourself that you're going to be completing like a 50 things list. I think I've heard that the Jeff Bezos, the talking about, I just make like 1 or 2 major decisions a day. And yet most of entrepreneurs that are not successful are trying to make 50 big decisions a day. So when you start observing that, you realize that it's not possible for you to be making 50, accomplish 50 million things a day. So when it comes to focus, observe yourself and start thinking, am I not able to focus because what I do is this kind of vicious circle of going from 0 to 100 one day and then the next day I can't do it? Or am I overwhelming myself even before I start doing anything because I have this 50 things, long list to do? So start observing. Or is it because emotionally I'm draining myself because I go back and I'm just beating myself up because I just feel like I'm not good enough because I haven't accomplished enough every day? All of those little things that you do, not finding, the balance of, what am I going to focus on is not going from 0 to 100. What I'm going to focus on is not doing 50 things at the same time. What I'm going to focus on is actually not going to bed every night thinking I am not good enough, because that's draining. And that's going to have a compounding effect of, every 2 days you go like, see, I'm not good enough because I haven't accomplished this, I haven't got that, and I have done this and I haven't done that. Everything, it counts into this massive effect that, you want to feel when you're achieving your goals. So it's really observing yourself. Is this pattern helpful towards myself, my emotional state, my physical state, my feelings of, am I disciplined and I'm not disciplined? Am I focused or not focused? Because before you label yourself like, I can't focus, I've got issues and, I'm not self-disciplined. So you just kind of become this identity that is just like, you're just like a lost cause because you told yourself so. But when you kind of rewind back, you realize that you're not a lost cause. You're just doing things that are not serving you, and the way that you're doing that is leading you to think that. But you are carrying this weight of like, that's it. Like I can't focus and I'm useless and I don't accomplish enough every day, and and I am not disciplined. So start observing where is the issue when it comes to focus. But I find that, especially if you're starting a journey as an online entrepreneur in a self-development world, like, I just want to tackle all my problems all at once. I want to, just go on a strict diet, start exercising 5 days a week. I want to, forgive, my whole past, and you just can't do it. You might go all in for a week and then the next week you collapse. Like, everything that you do when it comes to discipline is the habits that you can do every day, the same things over and over again. Discipline, it's that. It's not what you can do one day here and then another month, and then that's not discipline, right? It's really everything that you can do every day, day in, day out, like, drinking your coffee. Can you drink a coffee every day for the rest of your life? Yes, I can. And I always go back to asking that question to myself. Can I do everything that I do each day, all my habits, until I am 100? And the answer is yes, I can. But I didn't start here. I start, as you know, 2.5 years ago, when I had stage 3 bowel cancer, where my life wasn't the way it is now. I start tackling everything, slowly, with the focus that it needed. First my physical health, then my emotional health, then my professional life. So really go back and rewind. And when you tell yourself, I am not disciplined, I can't focus, where does that come from? Because, I mean, I guarantee you there is an area of your life, there is one thing that you are focusing on, that you are getting results in your life. It could be that, your physical health is great because you focus on exercising every day, you eat clean, and you go to bed early. Or it might be that your professional life is great, but your physical and emotional is not, because you haven't been focused on it. So, so you might find that, labeling yourself, I can't focus, I am not disciplined, it is a heavy weight that you're carrying every day that it's not serving you. So really, think about and observe what's happening on this cycle that you are on, so you can address where the issue is. The next thing people talk about was, it was a time. And time is a really interesting thing, because, again, I remember when I started this journey, I kind of kept, when I left my corporate job and I started my business, you always feel like, oh my God, there's so much to do, like I need more time. I need, more time, more hours in the day, so I can accomplish everything that I want to accomplish. So you keep telling yourself that, right? I'm not accomplishing more because I need more time. I'm not accomplishing more because I need more time. I'm not accomplishing more because I need more time. So you're constantly in this race, feeling like you're behind. And that could be because of two, different things. It could be because you're comparing yourself with people that have been on the online world for 20 years. Which obviously that is, logically you can see that that's not helpful, and that's just not possible. Because if somebody has been, even 6 months ahead of you, they are ahead of you. So, again, that's a vicious cycle that keeps dragging you down. Or it could be because you just, having a long list of things that it's unrealistic for you to accomplish. Things that, you've added to that list that are really even not that important for you to, when it comes down to achieving the goals that you want to achieve, right? Like the things that you really want to do. I just want to, spring clean my whole house every week, and then at the same time, work, have 8 hours work, and at the same time play with my family and cook. I mean, it's humanly impossible to do that. So it's just really kind of thinking like, okay, so where's the balance here? What are the things that I can do in the time that I have? Like for me, it's from, like 9 to 3, it's my block focus work. So I always think about, okay, what am I going to do in this time? What am I going to be focusing on? And if I can, if outside of those hours I am doing something, they are just bonuses. But, like I don't keep saying to myself, like, I need more time, I need more time, I need more time. Oh my God, I wish I had accomplished more. Because all of that is just an emotional, dragging cycle that it just doesn't serve you, and it's just taking your energy away again, and it's labeling you. You are not enough because you can't accomplish enough in the time that you have. Because logically, you are not going to get more hours in the day than anybody else in the world. We have 24 hours in the day. And in this time, this 24 hours, you need to sleep. You need to eat. You need to work. But you also need to spend time with your family. Maybe you need to do something for yourself. So when you talk about time, I think a massive change is to stop telling yourself, I need more time, I need more time, I need more time, I need more time. Because that just the thought of saying this, already I can feel like they stress in my body. A better conversation with yourself would be, I have all the time in the world to do the things that are important to me. No judgment here. If it's important to you to clean your house, then that's important to clean your house. If it's important to you to do your exercise, it's important for you to do the exercise. If it's important to you to spend 6 hours focusing on business, it's important to you to spend 6 hours focusing on your business. If it's important to you to be cooking healthily, it's important to you for you to... But But you need to be true to yourself and know, I have enough time to do the things that are important to me. Most people will spend hours scrolling on social media, watching rubbish TV, and then they, get to the evening and they're like, oh my God, I haven't done what I wanted to do, and now I'm going to start working. And then they work until 1 o'clock in the afternoon or in the morning, and they're exhausted the next day, and then they can't do anything the next day. And then they tell themselves like, I know I don't have any discipline, I can't focus, I've got, it is, when you watch, like if you take yourself out of your life and you put a little camera, and watch yourself going around doing the things that you're doing, you will see that you do the things that are important to you in the time that you have. So all you need to do is to adjust the importance that you give to things. Instead of labeling yourself with this heavy label, like I'm not self-disciplined, I can't focus on anything, I don't have enough time in the day. So I think that's very, very important to do. And I think the last thing people talked about, it was really the energy. And again, when it comes to discipline, energy is key, because what happens is most people are not fit, healthy, and strong. 70% of the people are suffering from a chronic illness. They can't spend a whole day without feeling exhausted. This is the reality of the world that we live in, because of the choices that I'm making each day. I have been that, I have done that. This does not come from a place of judgment. This comes from a place of those are real facts. And I had to go through my own journey to change what I did for myself. But this is the reality of the world. So when you talk about, discipline, focus, and, tackling different emotional patterns, mindset patterns, an exhausted body can't do any of that. Because an exhausted body is living in survival mode. It is drowning and is just trying to survive. So if you don't have energy, but you keep pushing yourself to doing more, to focus more, it is such a harmful cycle that you're then starting to go down a path that is very, very, very harmful to you. Again, I have been there. I speak from my own experience. I know what I'm talking about. I have been there. So you wake up exhausted and you keep pushing yourself from 0 to 100. And you wake up exhausted and you push yourself 0 to 100 until your body say enough is enough. So our bodies are the absolutely base of everything. So eat shit food, you don't have any focus, because the sugar, the fat, the processed artificial stuff that they add to the food, your body is like literally drowning on that, trying to survive with this sea of rubbish that you're putting inside your body, and your body can't focus on anything else. Like this is like, again, doesn't come from a place of judgment. This is come from a place of, this is the reality. Most people are literally eating whatever comes their way, not thinking that they are harming themselves every single day with the stuff that they're putting inside their bodies. So this is a vicious circle that you get into, thinking that I'll just push myself just one more day. Or when I get enough money, then I'll start exercise and invest on myself and go to the gym, or invest on a coach, or, eat better. Oh, I know it's so tempting as an entrepreneur, especially when you are starting, to be telling yourself, oh, I've just left my corporate job. I don't have any, I'm like living down my savings. So I'm just going to keep pushing myself. I just need to do this for another month. Another month goes by and you keep abusing your body and you keep feeling more and more exhausted. And you just keep doing that. thinking that, it's going to be fine, like nothing's ever going to happen to me. I thought that. So if you are not focusing on your physical energy, if you have an issue with your physical energy, and if you're not waking up full of energy, if you're waking up exhausted, that is a sign of things are not going right. That's a sign that you need to adjust things. You need to either adjust what you're eating or how many hours you sleep. Like, it's crazy these days, right? You have people telling us, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, like I work 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day. And then you try to mimic that. And all you're doing is like literally making yourself sick. Because you are going against what your body can do. And besides, if you have been already exhausted and you're trying to mimic that on top of it, then it's just a recipe for disaster. We all need to find our own balance. And again, I'm going to mention Jeff Bezos again. He is absolutely sacred about his 8 hours sleep every day. He doesn't compromise that. That's a must for him. Well, everybody's just like, I'm going to wake up at 4 o'clock so I can accomplish more, I can do more. You have one of the richest men in the world, making his 8 hours sleep as a priority. So, it's really finding your own balance. You can't mimic anybody else's routine and schedule and reality, because you're the only ones that know how you're feeling, where you're coming from, and what you need to do. And this is why I'm super passionate about my coaching program, because it's very much personalized to the person's needs. Because you can't push yourself to doing things that you are, one, not able to do yet, or two, that you are not there yet or open to doing as yet. You need to acknowledge where you're at, and then from there you go, okay, so those are the things that I need to do to improve my physical energy. Not mimicking somebody else's schedule or somebody else's life. So I think that the definition of, the whole physical health and, but then you're kind of thinking to yourself, but that's exactly where I have my, discipline problem, right? Which so many, again, probably more than 70% of the people have those, the issue with their physical health. So they can't get up to exercise every day. They can't eat a clean diet. They can't go to bed every day on time, or, they can't focus on their health. And then they just keep going around in circles, telling themselves, I know it all and I'm going to do it tomorrow. Or they tell themselves, I'm going to turn up to the physio, to the chiropractor, to the massage, they're going to solve all my problems for me. And little they know that, we are the only ones that can do something for ourselves every single day. It's not about turning up to somebody else to heal you or to help you with your physical energy. It's what you do each day that is going to count towards you having more energy, more focus, and more discipline. So if your issue is with your physical health, again, acknowledge where you are. There is no point in saying, okay, well, I am not disciplined because I can't eat healthy. And you've been eating every day a diet that is high in fat and sugar. You get a takeout every day. You've never cooked a healthy meal. And you want to go from that point and going to a strict diet plan, or some sort of app that you just self-manage yourself, something that you haven't been able to do for the last years, and then you expect to get results. And that's when everything starts crumbling away, because if you don't acknowledge that you can't do it by yourself to start with, and two, that you can't go from 0 to 100, then you're never going to get out of the rut. Because thing, when it comes to discipline, is the things that you can do daily. Go back to the coffee. Can you drink a coffee every day? Yes, I can. But can you stop eating that treat that you eat every day in the afternoon? Oh, no, I can't do that. Then as a result of that, you tell yourself, I'm not disciplined. No, it's not that you're not disciplined. Is that you are trying to change things either too fast, you're trying to change, going from one extreme to the other, and you're not replacing them with anything else. I mean, you could, would you be able to exchange that treat in the afternoon for a nice juice or a smoothie, a healthy one? And then it becomes a little bit more doable. Does that make sense? Like, you really need to think that from where I am at, what can I do consistently that is just going to get me a win so I can keep being disciplined about my habits? All the time that you label yourself, I am not disciplined, I can't focus, I've tried all the diets in the world. Diets don't work, guys. Please don't try diets because they don't work. I've tried, signing myself up to the gym. I've tried everything and nothing works. Well, that in itself, it's already an issue, right? When people tell me I've tried everything and nothing works, I will always say to them, like, well, I doubt that you have tried everything, because you can only say you've tried everything until you actually start getting some results and something works, because something will work. Again, I know that from my own experience, and I have had to try many things, especially when it came to my emotional health, to get the results that I wanted. But I didn't stop until I got the results that I wanted. So I think, that is a very important point. If you keep saying to yourself, I have tried everything and I'm not self-disciplined, then you haven't really found the thing that works for you. And if that's, if you want to change that, and if you want to have a chat, I'd love to have a chat with you. And I'm still looking for 3 entrepreneurs that are willing and committed to changing in this, my program enrollment to close on Sunday. So I'm still looking for 3 more people if you're willing to change and committing, if you can commit to change. But I really think that, just to keep, keeping this like, labeling yourself and keep doing the same things over and over again and labeling yourself even more, it's just kind of a down spiral of a negative emotional cycle, which will take a toll on your physical health, which will take a toll on your professional life as well. So really stop labeling yourself as, I'm not disciplined. Just have a look at, what it is really the issue, around why can't you focus? And I will finish by talking about, I've been talking a lot to people recently about, the correlation between, the why they get motivated by something and why they are not motivated to do other things. And the reality is, most people are motivated by money. People they, regardless if their personal life is falling apart, they turn up to work every day because they need that paycheck to pay their bills, right? So regardless of what happens in their personal life, they still are very functional in their work life. And it could be that there is things that you do on your business, that you turn up every day, you do all the things because, that, I've just got to keep pushing through until I get more clients, until I make more money. I just got to keep pushing through. And then they get more exhausted, more tired, and they have a less ability to focus. And then they get even less results in their business. So when it comes to motivation, it's really important that you anchor yourself in the right motivations. And again, if you're motivated by money, that's great. Okay, well, so how can I make more money? I can make more money if I have more energy to focus more. How do I have more energy to focus more? I need to look after my physical health. It's just a very, very kind of logical, really train of thought that's how it works. But if you are so attached to that end result, the money and the financial reward, and you can't even see that in the process you're dragging your body and your mind and yourself to the ground, then you're just going to keep getting the same results over and over and over again. Burnout is a massive thing in the entrepreneurial world. People are burning out all the time. People are taking like a year, 2 years to recover from it. People are never getting their energy, the level of energy levels back because they burn out themselves so much. People are getting diagnosed with autoimmune diseases that they get no answers for because they've been dragging their bodies to the ground. So really it's understanding like what it is going to motivate me to being disciplined about my business goals. If that's what's important to you, I need more focus. So okay, I need to go for a walk each day, or exercise, or go to the gym, or do whatever I need to eat a cleaner diet. You don't have to like make drastic changes. You can make small changes, but unless you start acknowledging where you are and what you need to do, a recipe that works for you, things are not going to change. Again, what works for me might not work for you. I have tried, somebody asked me the other day, like, what tools do you use? I have tried a lot of different tools to fine tune what I do each day now. And I still fine tune it. If things are not working for me, I just change them again until they work, because life changes, right? Like sometimes you go through more stress, sometimes things happen in your life that are unexpected, you move house, or you need to focus a little bit more on your kids, but there is a constant here. There is definitely a constant. I don't compromise on my daily habits because, I have all, if this shit hit the fan outside of my, control, or outside of, my life, I don't stop exercising, meditating, eating healthily, and looking after myself. I don't do that. Because I know that is precisely the answer for my success every day. So stop labeling yourself, that you are not disciplined, and find in your area in your life where you can find the proof that you are disciplined. Because there is an area in your life that you make it important enough that you give the focus and you give the importance that it needs. So you just need to replicate that into the area that you are lacking right now. I think that's really, really, really important for you to keep in mind. Stop labeling yourself. Stop telling yourself that you need more time. You're never going to get more time. Stop telling yourself things that are not serving you. And start taking your physical health as serious, as part of your business, as part of what, of the person that you want to become, as part of success. Incorporate that in your business goals. Guys, I really hope this is helpful. I would love if you have any questions, just leave them below and I can answer them. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I really hope this is being helpful to you. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.